Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 Jeep Compass Trailhawk. Huge shout out to Benson Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website. That link is down in the description. This Compass is finished off in Hydro Blue Pearl. MSRP is just over $35,000. This is powered by the 2-liter inline 4-cylinder turbo. It's paired to the 8-speed automatic. Pumps out 200 horsepower, 221 pound-feet of torque. It features the 4-wheel drive system, weighs in right around 3,800 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 7.5 seconds with a top speed of 112 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 13.5 gallons, and you'll expect to see it 23 miles per gallon in the city and 31 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 103.8 inches. Its overall length is 173.4. It has a width of 73.8, a height of 64.8, and with its factory 1-inch lift, ground clearance is right around 8.5 inches. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling, this has a really great look to it, especially with the blue and all of the gray accents. You'll notice the traditional grille design for this, along with a sensor just underneath that for distance pacing. There's several cutouts both there and the lower section, where this also has the red powder-coated tow hooks. Now you'll notice there's fog lights in the lower section of the bumper too, and then a dark housing for the headlights, high beams, and the turn signals right in the middle. You'll notice too, more red accents for the Trailhawk emblem on the hood there, along with the matte black stripe, and then the Jeep logo, of course, and a really good approach angle for this type of vehicle with a little bit of extra ground clearance. Now, this also has the 17-inch wheels along with the more knobby tires, so that way you can take it off the pavement. There's also plastic for the fender arches. It's on the lower side skirt. You'll notice the trail-rated badge, compass down below, and then there's a turn signal on the mirror caps, which are gloss black and match nicely with the whole roof. So it has the two-tone design. There's also the roof racks, and then no sunroof or moonroof for this particular model. But you'll notice some smooth lines flowing down the side, and then in back, there's the third brake light, along with the wiper blade, LEDs for the lighting. There's a backup camera and parking sensors, and then a red tow hook, and this can tow around 2,000 pounds. So realistically, you could put a bike rack on the back or some smaller items if you plan on going off the pavement. And this does have remote start. You'll notice the exhaust is tucked up nicely, so that way if you do go off the pavement, that has enough clearance. Now this also has the hands-free option, so you can kick your foot up underneath, use the key fob or that control to gain access to the cargo space. Where for this smaller SUV, it's still going to be practical. You get a spare tire underneath, which is a full-size spare, along with some storage bins on both sides, and then you can fold the back seats down, of course. There's also some tie-downs, so you can safely strap in any items that you have. And then this is the control that you can push to close the liftgate. So for its smaller size, you can definitely make this work if you're not looking for anything larger. Now, it is currently locked, so you do have to grab up front, and then you can unlock it from here or use the key fob, of course. And in back, this has some storage in the lower section. There's the window control and some neat trim accents for the release, along with the red stitching. So you'll notice more red carries to the seats, where you can also grab the release there and fold the seats down. And then for its smaller size, at 5'10", it's still pretty spacious. Now you get one storage pocket on the passenger side. You have vents and a few auxiliaries. And then at my height, I have about 2 inches or so of headroom, so I could sit upright and be comfortable. This is definitely good for backseat passengers. You can put a car seat back here. You have the armrest and cup holders as well, and the small cargo windows there. So for its smaller size, still very doable. Up front, you'll notice that this has the window controls, side mirror adjustments, and then more storage down below, and automatic front seats with Trailhawk right in the middle there. This also has all-weather floor mats, and then a solid leather steering wheel. Now, as we start this up, this does have a digital screen right in the middle, where you'll notice on the far left there's tach, on the far right is miles per hour, and then to go through that information, you can use controls on the left side of the steering wheel. So if I start going left or right, you'll notice that you can scroll that way if the screen allows you. So under vehicle information, we can start to do that to pull up all of those vitals. There's also driver assistance, fuel economy, trip information, the engine start-stop, audio, messages, and the screen setup. So you can adjust what you'd like to see within the top of that screen there, which is nice. So there's a few vitals, and then you have various settings that you can get into as well, like hill start assistance. Now also on the left, there's voice commands and Bluetooth. On the right side, there's all of the cruise control settings, and this still has volume and tuning adjustments on the back side of the steering wheel. Now there's headlight adjustments along with dimmer switches, one air vent, and with the infotainment system, it's pretty straightforward. The lower section is going to be fixed, so you can quickly get through all of this information here. With the climates as well, you even have some defrosters too. You can get into the seats for the heated seats, heated steering wheel, and then the rest of the adjustments. You can pair your phone. Under vehicle, you can also look at various settings. So you can configure everything to your liking and how you would like it to react, even locking and unlocking the vehicle. And then you can quickly pull up the camera system too and monitor that. There's also a few apps to get into, and then you will notice some shortcuts up top. So you can quickly pull on those and pull up some of that information. Now underneath that, there's engine start stop, traction control with lane keeping assist, hazards and parking sensors, and then vents underneath that. There's volume and tuning along with fan speed in the middle, and then temperatures and some defrosters where you'd like the air to go. You don't have to be on the climates up top, which is nice to have everything laid out. There's also auxiliaries, lots of storage. There's the e-brake, and then a few driving modes. So you'll notice that on the center gauge cluster there, you can go through the different modes, just depending on the all-wheel drive and what you need. And then you can also shift using the shifter here. There's no paddle shifters for this model. Behind that, there's four-wheel drive low. There's also a four-wheel drive locker, and then a downhill assist. You get cup holders and storage, a little bit of storage in the armrest, along with plenty in the glove box there. And then there's some help buttons on the rear view, and then dome lights and a control for the rear liftgate. And then here's a look at visibility, where it's very easy to see over both shoulders. So you have a lot of glass for this smaller SUV. As we sat off behind the wheel now for the Jeep Compass, this is the smallest SUV from Jeep, and it still offers a good bit of space. Now, I haven't driven this in quite some time, but today I've also driven the new Cherokee along with some of the larger models too. And honestly, this is a good size. If you're not looking for a very big vehicle, you still have a good bit of space to make this a daily driver, and one where you sit upright, pretty high up here. So if you're not looking for a sedan, you still have a good seating position. And even at 5'10" up front, I have about 3.5 inches or so of headroom, and this is a height adjustable seat. So again, for its size, definitely very nice. It also seems to drive very smooth. This is more of my first impressions for it today, but it would make for a great daily, especially with all of the tech features that are available. Everything is laid out incredibly well. And so if you're not into a lot of the tech in a lot of vehicles today, this is super simple and straightforward. Now in just the normal automatic mode, give it a little bit of gas, where it's got a good bit of power for that turbo. You can get up and move, especially for its weight. So it is not underpowered by any means with that quick acceleration. You could easily merge into traffic and get up to speed as needed. Now with this Compass 2, this is the Trailhawk, so it does have a small lift kit. This is a vehicle that you could take off the pavement. If you're going hiking, you want to hook up a bike rack to this, it is a vehicle with the all-wheel drive system that you can go on some adventures. So if you're also looking for that aspect of it, it's going to be a perfect vehicle to put all your gear in and go on those adventures. And for its price too, it is a nice SUV to have for the money. So for 35 grand, when a lot of vehicles, obviously you could go larger if you wanted and spend a lot more money, but for its sizing, especially if you're going on some trails or whatever it may be, it's going to be a lot more nimble in order to handle those situations. Now with this being a smaller vehicle too, it's also going to have a really good turning radius. So as we make a U-turn here, definitely very easy to do, and it's going to be very maneuverable in parking lot situations. Definitely very nice to drive. Seats feel super comfortable too, and it would make for a great daily driver. You're going to get some good MPG and just have a pretty solid vehicle that you can even have passengers in the back. So while it's a little bit on that small side, you can still have people in this and make it a usable, smaller, compact SUV. And from second gear, here we go. And just a slight acceleration. The shifting on the shifter here seems to be pretty adequate, especially for this type of vehicle. Now you can mainly use that if you are off the pavement, you need to hold the gear, just carry your momentum up whatever trail it may be, or if you have a little bit of weight on the back of it, you can use that as needed. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the Cherokee Trailhawk. And as you can tell, it is a nice place to be. This is something that is super comfortable, even for its smaller size, that it would make for a great daily driver. You also have a lot of ground clearance, so even an incline like that, you don't even have to worry about, because you are easily able to clear situations like that. And then with this smaller turnaround, it's going to be very easy to maneuver as well, like I mentioned earlier. So definitely a great smaller size vehicle that has a lot to offer. And as we get back up to speed here, has a good bit of power too. So that is nice to see. So for this latest Jeep Cherokee, it has a nice exterior design and a very well laid out interior. And this is something you could just rack the miles up on. You'll notice a few of the Jeep logos within the windshield there. There's also a few more around the vehicle, which is neat to see those little Easter eggs. But it's a nice smaller vehicle. And that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk. Once again, huge shout out to Benson, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.